What's up? Here's my next video on how to draw anime fighting poses from reference. And in this video, I'm going to be drawing a picture with Baki versus Muhammad Ali Jr. from the manga. And in this picture, you see that when I'm drawing this, it's in a perspective to where Muhammad Ali Jr. is he's bigger because it's in perspective where Baki's smaller and Muhammad Ali Jr. is bigger in the view. And so usually when I'm doing pictures like that, depending on where the character's positioned, I like to draw the biggest part first and then work my way into the smaller area, especially when doing it in this perspective. I mean, I can also add the perspective lines also, and the perspective lines can also help out for making it look like one is smaller and one is bigger. But when I'm not using those lines, I always focus on drawing the bigger portion first, then working my way to the smaller area. That way it tricks my eyes into thinking and drawing the character that's bigger and the character that's smaller. So right now I'm working in Muhammad Ali Jr.'s body first, and then working my way down towards Baki. So you see right now I'm just adding in all the details, and I'm focusing on adding in and working out the structure of the body as far as placing all the shapes for the leg muscles. And I'm trying to get the general idea of where the placements of the bodies will go. And so you see I'm putting in, just roughing in a bunch of lines, and this was done fairly quickly. I'm just finding out where the lines of action are and working my way into creating the shape. Like right now you saw me make a line straight going up and down diagonal, just so I can kind of know where to place the circular shape for the chest and add a circle for the shoulders while working my way down for the arms. And usually when I'm doing the chest for any figure, I'm always put the chest first. Sometimes I'll put the head first. Sometimes I'll put the chest first, and then it depends on what pose I'm working with. This particular one, I chose to do the chest first, then work my way up to the head. Now you see me doing Ali's hand. I'm trying to work his head in. And like always, I'll detail the head first. Then I start working my way with the ears and adding in the hair. I always like to detail the head first before I work my way down the rest of the body. That way I can know the size of the head before I do the body. Because sometimes I'll add detail to the body, and then when I get to the head may be too small or too big, and I have to like rework the head and erase it a bunch of times and keep trying to rework it until it fits perfectly. Where I mean, you can do it either or. You can do the head first or the body first, but I find it easier to detail the head first, then you can add detail to the body, so that you're not making as many mistakes and erasing and trying to fix things a lot. Right now I'm working in the shapes of the muscles. As you see, when I'm doing the shapes of the muscles or adding in small details, I'm just flowing with the pencil, just letting it flow naturally and just going through all the curves. And if you see me doing the muscles here, you see me curving it, going in, curving out, to get the general idea of where everything's gonna be placed, because they're not really trying to get too perfect, because at some point you're gonna erase over it again and start inking it. So you can this is, even though you see me getting a little bit tight with it, there's still rooms to improve or erase it to make it a little better before you ink. On that part I cut it only because I was drawing the feet, but I didn't realize that the camera wasn't recording it. So you'll see it didn't seem like I jumped past it, but I actually jumped past that one. But you'll see me later on, I'll pull the paper up and you'll see the feet that I drew in. So right now I'm drawing in his legs, his calves. We're getting to the bottom. And doing these poses, you I mean, you can get figures, or sometimes you can get your toys. You can have your toys placed in different positions and take a picture of them, just so that you can create that ideal fight scene you want. Or you can look at fight scenes from movies and start drawing those to get used to the angles and positioning of the characters when you're doing fight scenes. And a lot of people will say, oh, I have issues with drawing characters that are the fit or proportionally fit in the picture. Let's say like you're drawing one guy in the picture and drawing a second guy, and then one guy seems like he's too big compared to the other guy, even though the guy doesn't seem like he's too big. But it takes practice to kind of figure out the sizing of each character when you're putting him in a fighting scene. And that's the thing where it comes down to learning, perspective, knowing how far distance is from one character to another, and things like that. And you see in the picture, in the actual manga that I'm drawing from, that you see on the left, Baki's foot, even though it's hitting Muhammad Ali Jr.'s groin area, his foot the artist drew his foot, and it seems kind of too long. Like if you notice the picture, you'll see like his calf is there, and like it's almost like he has a super long foot, almost like as if he just drew the foot first. I'm not sure how he drew it. So in the version that I drew, I kind of just made his foot a little more proportionally long, not to an extreme long as how it looks in the manga on the left, only because it would seem weird for me to redraw it and then draw his foot super long. I don't know, it felt kind of weird, so I just I just fixed it a little bit, and but it doesn't hurt it too much. So right now I'm adding in the details to Baki's feet and his legs, making sure I get all his striations and tightness of his muscles. Like in the Baki storyline, it's always the bigger muscles the better. Working in his hands or fingernails. And I might start eventually doing some Dragon Ball fight scenes, or Dragon Ball Z fighting scenes, to draw some of the poses, because there's some crazy angles with the Dragon Ball Z characters. But Baki has some crazy scenes that I like to incorporate for a lot of my videos, for drawing from reference. Just adding in all these fingers, getting those last minute details in. And that blow looks like it probably hurt him pretty bad. So I'm adding in last minute shading. Originally I was going to go over this with a kneaded eraser with pencils. I was going to ink it, but I said no, I'll just leave it as pencils, just to show you all and give you a general idea. I remember to give him his eyebrows. And legs. And the more you practice, the more you draw these poses, or drawing muscles and anatomy in different positions, it eventually becomes a second nature thing. And and to me personally, I like this style of drawing, the muscles more extreme than what they are. And that's usually how books are. I mean, even with the old 90s Marvel characters, back in the day, they used to be drawn with extreme muscles. Not so much now, I don't think, but in the 90s, that's how they were. That was always the thing that interests me with those powerful characters. So the best ways to learn your muscles is just to get a bunch of anatomy books. And they sell some in a bookstore. You can find them a lot online. And just practice each muscle group 1 week until you start getting it. Try to add a little smoke on the bottom too from his feet lifting. I think I added the ground, but you can't really see it. It's on the bottom of the paper. Yeah, but that's it for this video. Want to see more like this? The like button, subscribe, comment. Take care.